School violence is a common phenomenon in modern society. According to United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, almost 1 in 3 students has been bullied by their peers at school at least once in their school life. A similar situation is observed in Malaysia. The researchers found an increasing trend of delinquency among school students in the country. According to the Malaysian Home Ministry, violent incidents among school students are increasing. The Malaysian Education Ministry report says 2,968 bullying cases were recorded in 2015, while this number rose to 3,448 in 2016. This situation further worsened in 2017, and 5,443 cases were reported. 7 out of 10 Malaysian children worried about being bullied at or around the school. While delinquent behavior among school students is increasing, surprisingly, Shah Alam, the capital city of Selangor, recorded a lower rate of delinquency among school students. The statement of Shah Alam police chief confirmed a decrease of 22.6% crime trend in the city from 2014 to 2015. We used the Location Quotient Crime Index to study 33 hotspot schools, and found these hotspot schools in the study area contributed 10% of overall total crime. Among this list, none of the schools in Shah Alam were identified as a hotspot for crime. Shah Alam is a fast-growing and modernizing city that has had a high flow of internal migration from other states for decades. This may increase criminal activities theoretically. But the reversed facts encourage us to look for associations between religiosity and low rate of delinquency, and there may be 3 reasons. A. The city plan of Shah Alam. B. Sociologists' views on the resilient connection between religion and violence. C. The use of religiosity by addiction scientists to control antisocial behavior. And all the 3 reasons are related to the religion. We measured the level of religiosity of adolescents in Shah Alam by administering a questionnaire, while studying the association between religiosity and delinquency based on qualitative interviews. The definition of religion is different from one religion to another, and scales to measure religiosity are also diverse. Concerning measuring the religiosity of Muslims, many measurement tools are available such as Behavioral Religiosity Scale, Amatic Personality Inventory, Moral Character of Muslim Personality, Integrative Islamic Personality Inventory. 5 Dimensions of Muslim Religiosity, Psychological Measure of Islamic Religiousness, and the Muslim Religiosity Personality Inventory. As this research studies the religiosity of Muslims in Malaysia, the researchers preferred to use the Muslim Religiosity Personality Inventory Scale. Muslim Religiosity Personality Inventory consists of 2 dimensions, the Islamic worldview and religious personality. The Islamic worldview reflects the Tawhidic paradigm or divine unity. This dimension is constructed based on an Islamic belief system that demonstrates one's level of agreement with the statements related to pillars of faith. The religious personality aspect of Muslim Religiosity Personality Inventory is constructed based on Akhlaq, Ibadat, and Muamalat. Akhlaq Islamic ethics is the manifestation of the Islamic worldview. Ibadat is the aspect that represents the human relationship with God expressed. Muamalat is a human relationship with others, including fellow human beings and creations. The level of religiosity among students in Shah Alam will be measured in this research based on this Muslim Religiosity Personality Inventory tool. We evaluated students' religiosity in Shah Alam based on the MRPI instrument. The finding of this part is presented based on following the criteria. As standard deviation is commonly used in reporting descriptive statistics for continuous data, this research used standard deviation to describe the range of religiosity among students in Shah Alam. The overall mean of descriptive analysis of data is 3.47. So, the overall religiosity of participants in this research is moderate. Analysis in this research found only little chance for the religious students in terms of akida to be involved in criminal activities. The student counselor said,
"We usually remind students of the existence of God and His presence everywhere, so we say them that their activities are informed to Allah, although they might hide to us."
A disciplinary teacher said,
"Students were involved in bullying, physically or verbally or sometimes through social media. When we reminded them of Allah, they realized their mistakes."
Some people think the students who have a minimum level of knowledge and commitment in the Islamic worldview were hardly involved in any criminal activities. The students who have God consciousness are hardly involved in any criminal activities, even if they are involved in minor social issues. The qualitative data analysis highlighted the lower chance for religious people in Akita to be involved in criminal activities. Knowledge of Allah as the Creator and omnipresence, and belief in other articles and predestination created God consciousness among them. The Quran said, "He knows all that is before them and all that is behind them." It means every action of a human being is observed and recorded. As consciousness on surveillance is a strong social force according to the social impact theory of Latane, religiosity in terms of Akita creates a spiritual-based controlling mechanism of social behavior. Hence, a spiritual-based social force might have helped the students in Shah Alam not to be involved in criminal activities. Alak ethics is another aspect of religiosity. Data analysis found that the religious students in Alak were hardly involved in criminal activities. A discipline teacher said,
"The students who admonish others from wrongdoing are hardly involved in antisocial activities. Perhaps they might avoid it to maintain their name among their peers, or might avoid for fear for Allah."
It shows that the students who advocate good and admonish bad things will not be involved in antisocial activities. As far as encouraging good and admonishing wrongdoing is Islam's basic ethics, the person who advocates good and criticizes wrong will not be involved in antisocial behavior. Al-Ghazali also said that the person who supports praiseworthy actions would not be involved in criminal activities. Neuroscientist Newberg said that a person's relationship with God stimulates their emotional processing areas in the neuron system and encourages practicing forgiveness, compassion, empathy, and charity. Hence, religiosity is a force to control delinquent behavior, and is the method to increase praiseworthy actions such as forgiveness, compassion, and empathy. The majority of participants in qualitative data collection said that the religious students in terms of ibadat are generally not involved in criminal activities. A discipline teacher's statement elaborated and said,
"I could not remember any student who prayed salat on time with us in the prayer hall involved in criminal activities. They sometimes were caught for cheating in exams or bullying. They regret even if they are involved in these issues."
It means the religious students in terms of ibadat are hardly involved in criminal activities, but sometimes they commit antisocial behavior. The qualitative analysis confirmed that the students who practice rituals moderately would not be involved in criminal activities. The Quran said, "Surely prayer restrains one from indecency and evil, and remembrance of God is greater." God has knowledge of all your actions. Ritualistic religiosity in Islam shapes human behavior and change human attitudes. Newberg found that salat substantially impacts psychological and cognitive processes related to human behavior. Intrinsic motivation motivates a person to carry out religious rituals seriously and adjust their needs and wishes according to the religious guidelines. Thus, the ritualistic religiosity in Islam might have discouraged students in Shah Alam from being involved in delinquent behavior. The relationship between the muamalat aspect of religiosity and delinquent behavior of students was also studied. The participants were asked about their opinion about the students who follow Islamic dress code in daily life and have financial and other dealings according to Islamic teaching. All participants in this research said that they hardly receive a complaint against these students. Hence, religiosity in muamalat also influences delinquent behavior. Muamalat is a necessary aspect of religiosity in Islam. In this research, the muamalat perspectives religiosity and delinquency have an inversive relationship. As muamalat is the aspect of religiosity and directly connected to people's behavior. Halal or cheating-free dealings and interest-free economy, as well as peaceful relations with others, are some of the examples of muamalat. The person who is obedient to the God from the perspective of muamalat will have praiseworthy social activities. Hence, the muamalat aspect of religiosity reduces the violent behavior of people and control criminal activities. From the discussion above on religiosity and antisocial behavior, it is clear that there is an inverse relationship between religiosity and delinquent behavior. This research investigated the association between religiosity and delinquent behavior among adolescents. We noticed a low crime rate among school students in Shah Alam compared to other parts of Malaysia. This research found an inverse relationship between religiosity and delinquent behavior and supported the social control theorists and addiction scientists finding the role of religion in adjusting human behavior. Hence, we encourage to propose religiosity as an effective mechanism to control delinquency among school students.